Hello everyone, my name is Griffin and we are back with another reaction video. This time we are reacting to another one of these, Womansplaining Men to Women, Compilation 10 to 17. So let's see some womansplaining, shall we?
Womansplaining Men to Women, Part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, it is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face.
Team when they're losing, so it's okay.
God, I just got so annoyed watching this. I know she's trying to be funny, I know that. But I think most guys watching this know she's not joking. I get so annoyed when women date men knowing they like sports or knowing they like video games, then they keep dating but expect him to suddenly stop liking sports and video games. As if the moment he agreed to get serious with you, he also agreed to never have hobbies again. And I'm not saying men are never clingy like this, but I do not see passive-aggressive videos of men filming themselves being angry that their wife is ignoring them while she watches RuPaul's Drag Race. Though honestly, a video like that would be funny at this point.
I've seen plenty of videos where the girlfriend would either destroy the man's console or TV or do anything she can to get him to stop doing what he loves doing. I never understood why. You got into the relationship knowing that this person loves watching sports, playing video games, and all this other stuff, and yet you are actively trying to make him stop doing it after getting into the relationship. Why? What's your problem?
Like, oh my god, look at his face. That's a cry for help right there. And I heard him say something like, oh, my team is losing anyway, so it's fine. That's called a coping mechanism. I used to say shit like that to my bullies in high school who would mess with me as a way of making them think they're not winning. And she called it ignore your wife weekend. A football game is like 3 hours. If a man can't spend 3 hours a week ignoring his wife, what does he even have in this world? And stuff like this really messes with guys.
You can't get into a relationship expecting your partner to give you attention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your partner has hobbies and things that they like to do as well. You can't expect them to drop everything that they love just to give you constant attention. If your partner will go fucking insane if they don't have a hobby of their own. You can't expect them to drop it just because they got into a relationship with you.
See, when you first started dating, you tricked him into thinking that you would be okay with him watching sports or okay with him playing video games. And that brought him a lot of relief to know that you would be okay with that part of him. But this is one of those things that people think will just magically change after marriage. People really trick themselves into thinking that marriage just changes things. If he didn't clean before the marriage, he's not going to clean after. And if he liked sports and video games before the marriage, he's not going to stop liking them after. The man you date is also going to be the man you're married to. And quite frankly, now he's going to be worried about you. Because you used to be okay with him having his own space and doing his own thing. And now you aren't. Now he's freaked out thinking, what is she even doing when I'm not with her? Just waiting for me to be with her? Can I even be my own man anymore? And what the hell is going on with this couch situation? My man is facing sideways to watch the TV? Why are you watching your TV sideways? Like,
there's a lot of people who do this in relationships. They end up wondering why their man sits in their car after they get home for maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day. That is the reason why they do it. Because they know shit's gonna start happening when they enter the house. So if you see your partner doing that sort of thing, you have to realize you're the one causing the problem. And you should talk to them and find out a way to fix what you're causing. Otherwise, shit's gonna go south real quick.
Ladies, please, face your couch toward your TV, let your man have his hobbies, and have your own hobbies, or you will kill each other. Womansplaining Men to Women, Part 11. I gotta drop another truth bomb on ya. Ladies, it is time to reclaim all the time you're wasting trying to read anything off his face. If you're trying to figure something out, and you go to his face for information, you will receive inconclusive data. They say men are dogs, but in this way men are more like cats. They do not show their pain. Your man could be under the most stress and anxiety of his life, and his face will look like this. Your man could be so euphoric and overjoyed, and his face will look like this. Those long silences could be anything. He might be trying to remember a word, or he might be reconsidering his entire life with you, but you're not going to be able to tell from his face. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, "Are you mad at me?" And he's like, "No, I'm trying to remember if it was Ramses or Khufu who was the pharaoh who had over 200 kids. And I'm just like, well, misread that one.
She's right. Don't try to read your man's facial expressions. You won't get anywhere real fucking quick. It's just how we guys are. We could be stone-faced for any fucking reason whatsoever. Don't ever try to read your man's facial expressions. You're not going to get anywhere. It's going to go nowhere real fucking quick.
And that's no good. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get yourself into so much trouble reading way too deep into things. I always say, if you're going to go digging, you're going to find dirt. Like, sometimes girls will try to say certain things to gauge his reaction, to try to, like, catch him. They'll be like, "I bet you wish I had a nicer body like your coworker Cindy." Like, just to see what you'll say.
Ladies, don't ever do shit like this. That actually pisses us guys off. Especially if you do shit like, "Would you love me if I was this, that, or the other thing?" Don't ever do that shit. That annoys the ever-living shit out of us guys. Most of us guys, if you ask us that questions, we're going to give you the answer that pisses you off. Just because you asked that question.
Dude, he knows it's a trap. Men invented bait. He knows what you're doing. These little traps never work how people want them to, and they are killing good relationships by creating these patterns of toxic self-fulfilling prophecies, by jumping to conclusions. If you really want to know what's up with him, ask. Because you're either going to get what you really want, or he'll finally realize he's holding in a fart and fix his face.
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. If you want to know what your man is thinking, ask. But you're gonna get you're gonna get what you ask for. And sometimes it's gonna be an answer that's gonna throw you for a fucking loop. Or it's gonna disturb you. Either one. Because men can have the most random ass thoughts. And a lot of the time it's probably gonna be about the Roman Empire.
This commenter asks, but why do we, the men, always have to be the ones to initiate everything?
That I don't get either. Why is it the guys that 90% of the time or more have to initiate everything? The conversation, the sexual stuff, or anything whatsoever. Why is it us that have to initiate it? You ladies, you need to realize that us guys would find it incredibly hot if you ladies initiated it sometimes as well. I mean it. Go up to your man and initiate something. Initiate something that you know he would love, and he will be surprised. He will love it. I guarantee you.
That is a fucking great question for the ladies. This is almost like one of those chicken and the egg questions. Like, did men become the pursuers because they liked it, or because we like it? But spoiler alert, Womansplaining episode 19, men like being pursued too. They like being told they're cute. They like being asked out. They really like it when you take their hand.
Yeah, here's the thing. Men rarely receive compliments. Hell, the only times we'll ever receive flowers is on our deathbed. That's it. But give a guy a compliment, I swear to God, he will remember it for years. Remember it for years, he will. Hell, the only times I've ever been called handsome is by my own family. That sucks.
And pull them away somewhere private. Having been both the chaser and the chased.
Oh, God. Okay. Ladies, if you grab your man's hand and pull him somewhere private, oh, you are going to get his motor running.
At some point in my life, I can say there are pros and cons to both. There's definitely a certain thrill to the chase, as they say, but it comes with a lot of baggage. After all, as the pursuer, you are the only one who carries the risk of rejection. And it can be a lot to be the only one dealing with it over and over and over again. And if you tend to want to be pursued, you do get to be in a cozy spot when it happens because you end up being the final gatekeeper. However, that also leaves you up to getting mad slept on because you're never showing your cards or telling people what you want. That's why I think for the cat and mouse thing to really work, both sides need to initiate to some degree. And honestly, ladies, after everything we've been through with the whole Me Too movement and everything, we actually have to start stepping up and initiating more.
Oh yeah, the Me Too movement has completely and utterly damn near destroyed men being the ones who are pursuing. Because at this point, if we pursue, we are afraid that we'll just be called a creep or we'll have the authorities called on us or some sort of other shit. Because there are women out there who will take every single opportunity they can to destroy a man just because he looked at her. And those kind of women, I hope they die alone. I really do. They don't deserve anything.
Because good men need a really clear, hard, loud green light before they are going to try anything. And shit, ladies, if you love getting what you want, being in control, and letting your consent be known, real easy way to do that is, you initiate it. Womansplaining Men to Women, Part 13. Okay, so low-key, your man doesn't exactly want you to know this, but he also kind of does. He loves the tea. If you found out one of the single soccer moms on your kid's team slept with a ref, low-key, he would love to hear about it. Like, he might act stoic, he might act like he's above it, but I guarantee you 1 mile into the drive home, and he's gonna be like, so which ref was it? And don't underestimate his ability to keep track of all the characters. I guarantee you at any time he could list off an entire roster of like 3 different sports teams or the entire cast of like 4 Final Fantasy games. He has the bandwidth. I don't care how manly he is. I don't care if he's 200 pounds of solid muscle with a beard past his man steaks. Even if he's a lumberjack. An absolute lumber snack. Girl, he wants the tea just like the rest of us. Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 15.
That one I really don't understand.
Men are the first ones to say, I got it taken care of, before they have even mildly begun to figure it out. But rest assured, they will figure it out. Now, we all occasionally fly by the seat of our own pants. Men are pilots, absolute aerospace engineers of by the seat of their pants flying. You know how often a man will pull into his driveway just in time for his wife to text, hey, did you pick up that rock salt? And he'll go, yep, as he's pulling back out to go get that rock salt. Is he lying? Yeah, but that's all because your peace of mind is the most important part of the plan. The plan that he does not have, but also totally has. And that tends to frustrate us as women because we tend to be way more type A than men, and we like to have things a little bit more planned out. But people confuse men's not having a plan with not being prepared, and those are 2 different things. Ironically, the way men do prepare is by preparing for nothing to go according to plan. You know.
Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go completely wrong, throw away the plan. That's basically how we men roll. I don't know. Huh? Okay. Still, all right. That was a heck of an interruption. My uncle accidentally dialed me. He has the early stages of Alzheimer's, and he has a phone that is especially made for people with Alzheimer's. And he accidentally called me. So, yeah. I have no idea what I was saying before. I can't remember, so let's just get back into the video.
The one thing us women don't plan for. So you'll notice that when we are getting frustrated because nothing's going according to plan, he's taking it like a champion because he never planned for anything to go right in the first place.
Yeah, all right, like I was saying before, it's make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan. That's basically how pretty much almost every guy operates. And it works for us somehow.
Therefore, it's all going according to plan. It's actually kind of annoying how men have not figuring things out all figured out. Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 16. So if it feels like your man is ignoring you or is mad at you because he's just kind of staring off, he might just be lost in his nothing box. See, men do this thing where they accidentally transcend the space-time continuum, and we call it their nothing box. And they really don't know when it's going to happen. They'll just be in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden they just fall through a wormhole. It's something that he wishes he could do on purpose, because it's actually quite peaceful, but he knows that it's going to happen right before you're about to tell him something really important instead. So instead of getting mad at him for unintentionally achieving a state of dharma, here's what to do the next time you see him just reformatting.
Here, they've actually done a test on this between the brain of a man and the brain of a woman. Now, apparently women cannot do this. Like, their brain will not let them do this. Whereas a man, we are able to think about and I mean absolutely nothing, and our brain still functions. Like think of a heartbeat monitor and just go boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's basically a man's brain when they're in their nothing box. It's just a flat line. And we're still able to function. Like, our brain is still going, our body is still functioning, and yet literally nothing is going on in our brains. And they tested a woman's brain, and they're not able to do that. They are not physically capable of doing that because their brains are wired differently than a man's. It is amazing. Like, us men can just go and just be like that. Just think about nothing. And we're fine.
It's actually a lot like sleepwalking. You don't really want to interrupt it or anything. So instead what you can do is just kind of like leave a message on his chest or just kind of like put it in his hand or something. He'll figure it out. Next level of your relationship.
He's just there accepting what she's doing. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it.
Ship unlocked. You're welcome. Womansplaining Men Part 17. Raise your hand if you are a woman and you believe that men expect praise for doing work. Yeah, it's a pretty common misconception, but let's be clear. Men do not expect praise for anything. In fact, they're almost always super thrown off when they receive it. That's why when you compliment a man, instead of looking happy like you might expect, he might look confused or even mad like he thinks you're messing with him.
A lot of the times, men kind of see it as the person mocking them. Even though the person is not mocking them, they're genuinely praising them. Men never expect praise for what we do because we believe it's what's expected of us. So we don't expect praise in turn for what we've done. So if you praise your man for what he's done, you'll see him as either confused, dumbfounded, or giving a face like you've just mocked him. So it may take him a while to see that you are genuinely complimenting him because he never really gets it.
So I think this misconception that men are expecting the praise actually comes from the fact that women are always the ones telling other women to praise their men when they do chores to motivate them to do more chores. And that's really annoying to hear, right? Because it's not like we're getting parades thrown in the street every time we do stuff. But what I've realized is that women who are telling you these things, who are experienced with living with and working with men, are not doing it as some like 1950s Pavlovian dog training. It's just because they've known men long enough to see how strongly they react to appreciation. basic acknowledgement just hits men different. Like, look at this, for example. If someone were to thank you as a woman for vacuuming the living room, you'd either take it as being passive aggressive, like it's expected of you, or it would just feel like nothing because we receive way better compliments all the time. Like, girl, the other day I went to buy wine and the lady who ID'd me called me movie star famous. What did I do to deserve that? Men are not having these experiences. Men are not getting stopped in the street, told how cute their hair is or how cute their top looks on them. Here's the big thing. It's not that men...
Alright, I think that'd just be a bit weird if you tell a man that his top is cute. I think a man would be more weirded out unless they're like the very flamboyant gay men. Or, the, you know, the stereotypical flamboyant gay man. They probably say, you know, they'd probably thank you for the compliment, but, you know, just a regular man would probably be a little weirded out if you told them their top is cute.
Expect praise for doing work. It's that they're sick of being told what they did wrong when they do work. Look, I'll tell on myself real quick. I used to never cook. My husband did all the cooking. And if I so much as heated up SpaghettiOs on the stovetop, my husband would thank me for cooking. That is so silly, and yet it made me feel good, and it made me want to learn how to cook better. And I did, and I'm a great cook now. So I want you to stop looking.
When she said she's a great cook, I kind of half expected her husband to come in and tell them, just give her like a side-eye glance, be like, you really think you are, huh? Just as like a joke or something.
Looking at giving your man accolades as babying him or putting yourself down. And I want you to start thinking about it as, how can we both validate and reassure each other in healthy ways? Can't build an empire without lifting each other up.
Have some fun.
Well, that was Womansplaining Men to Women, compilation 10 to 17. Let me know what you all think down in the comments below. I'd be interested to know what you think. If there are any other videos you'd like to see me react to, please make sure to comment them down below or on my Discord. I do also, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I do have a channel over on Twitch that I stream to every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. Please make sure to go check that out. Give me a follow over there. Links to my Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, and Discord are all in the description below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.